Riders, Ridettes, and Pillions. I'm Elliot, this is the Van Blam YouTube channel, and welcome back to the No GPS Tour 2021, where I ride my Triumph Speed Twin through Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana with only a map and compass to guide me. Today is day 2 of the journey. Yesterday, we rode from Missoula, Montana to Elk City, Idaho, and today we're riding from Elk City to Lowman. Elk City was a neat little town, emphasis on little. There was a store, a hotel, and a diner, and not much else. I left as early as possible this morning to beat the heat, but I spent so long filming on Route 14 for the intro to this video that it's now about 90 degrees, and I've made it about a quarter of the way through my route for the day. I'll be taking 14 the rest of the way to Grangeville, then 95 south, 55 south, and finally I'll be cutting over to the east on the Banks-Lowman Highway to Lowman, which is our destination for the evening. Do I have a bug on my lens? I swear, you guys, I'm gonna try a little bit harder to keep my lens free of bugs today, but it's hard. They show up almost as fast as I can wipe them away, and the gunk they leave behind is just, it's like cement. I need, you know how the MotoGP riders have like the peel away films on their visor, and every couple laps it gets covered in crap and they just tear it off and there's a clear one underneath? I need a layer of those for my GoPro lens. Okay, I'm guessing this is Grangeville. I didn't see a sign or anything. So somewhere around here I need to pick up 95 south. Also need to grab some gas, so maybe I'll check the map while I do that. It started raining back there in Grangeville. Only lasted a few minutes, but I didn't get a chance to pull the map out, so I had to make kind of a split-second decision. I don't think this map would have been much help, though, because while it does have zoomed-in versions of some towns in the state, Grangeville was not one of them. It's just a black dot. So thankfully, I ended up seeing a sign for 95 south. We'll take this down to New Meadows, where we'll pick up 55. It looks like we might be catching up to that rainstorm as we head south. Whoa. Check this out, coming down the far side of Whitebird Hill. This is worth putting the long lens on my camera. Well, it's starting to rain. So I think I'm gonna put my rain gear on, because I don't know how long this is gonna last. I worked up a sweat for 5 minutes putting all this stuff on. The second I put the bike in gear, the sun comes out. In mountainous places like this, where the weather is hyper localized and precipitation can come and go at a moment's notice, oftentimes the best rain gear is just a heavy throttle hand. Ooh, entering Mountain Time Zone. Okay, that was it. We only spent one day on Pacific time. go ahead and set my clock forward. Alright, so it's now 3 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. and the diner at the South Fork Lodge closes at 8 p.m., which means I've basically got less than 5 hours to go 160 miles-ish. Alright, entering New Meadows. And 55 south. Piece of cake. Alright, so you know I'm only using maps for this trip, but I want to talk about what specific maps I'm using. I brought 2 maps with me for this trip. One that's just a map of Idaho, and one that's a map of Wyoming and Montana. The ones I went with are the Rand McNally Easy to Fold variety. They make 2 different varieties of their pocket-sized state maps, easy to fold and easy to read. The easy to fold ones are, as the name implies, easy to fold. They're a little bit smaller and they're laminated, which is nice. The easy to read maps are bigger, of course, and they're plain paper. They're not laminated like the easy to fold ones are. When I was researching these, I found that all of the easy to fold maps have terrible reviews on Amazon. It seemed like everyone was saying that the easy to fold map is really hard to read and you should go with the easy to read map instead. Somebody said Rand McNally needs to include a free magnifying glass with the purchase of the easy to fold maps. Based on that consensus, I was prepared to go with the easy to read maps. That is, until I went to the store and held both of them in my hand side by side. It turns out I'm just the only person who knows how to read a f***ing map. The easy to fold maps are not difficult to read at all, and they don't sacrifice any valuable detail in order to meet that smaller form factor. And I gotta hand it to them, they are pretty damn easy to fold. One of the reviews on the easy to read map said, "Any idiot can fold a map, buy this one instead." Well, to you, I would say any idiot can learn how to read a map, buy the laminated one. I did an Outward Bound course once in 2015, 4 days of backpacking and rock climbing, and when I showed up, I was the only person there out of 8 adult students who knew how to read a topograph. So I don't know, maybe map reading is something I'm better at than the average person, but I think it's a skill anyone can learn. I received a little pin when I finished that course. In fact, it's stuck to the backpack I'm wearing right now. I bring it with me on adventures like this one to remind myself that I'm usually capable of more than I think I am. Alright, I guess this is Banks, which makes this the Banks-Lowman Highway. Lowman, 33 miles. Ooh, that's better than I thought. By better than I thought, I mean shorter than I thought. I am exhausted and I'm ready to get there. This has been about, gosh, I guess by the time I get there, this has been like an 11-hour day in the saddle. Yesterday was 7 hours, 90 degrees both days and humid. Now in Idaho, 95 is not nearly as bad as a DC 95, but it's worse than a Colorado 95. This is what the Van Blam channel is all about, you guys. Riding motorcycles and complaining about the weather. I'll be spending 2 nights in Lowman, giving myself a chill day tomorrow, save for maybe one short ride that I'm kind of interested in. One of the lessons that I learned on my last trip of this type that I took is that it really helps me to give myself off days, especially after multiple consecutive, really long, tiring days of riding. Well, as usual, if you're still watching, if you've stuck it out to the end of the video, you are the real Van Fam, and I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who watches, but you guys a little extra. If you are a proud member of the Van Fam, make sure I know you're here. Blow up my comments section below, smash that like button, yes, I said it. To say thanks, I've got just a little bit of extra footage for you. Check it out. Looks like we're here. South Fork Lodge, quarter mile. Guys, this road that we rode in on, I didn't show you even a fraction of the natural beauty and incredible landscape I was riding through. I hope that if nothing else, these videos inspire you to take trips like this on your own, and maybe you'll come ride the Banks Lowman Highway someday. Well, as always, you ride safe, and I'll see you back here for the next video. Thanks for watching.